comparable to that of undergraduate research assistants. From their short biographies and their words throughout this book, a vivid mosaic emerges of the individual narratives these students brought to our discussions, debates, and analysis. As diverse a group in ethnicity and academic record as their schoolmates in the cities where they live, these young messengers realize well that most of their teachers do not share their background. Their advice also recognizes the differences among themselves. Every high school student is unique, making the teacher's job even harder. Yet strikingly, their daily encounters with teachers ring true across the board, not just for students of color and language minorities like themselves, but equally for their more privileged peers. As they trade wisdom on how to navigate high school, they invariably strike the same chords kids everywhere sound when they let down their guard to recount their school experiences. Socially, kids hate you if you succeed too much, observes Mika, whose strict Jamaican parents demand the highest achievement from her. It's like, shut up. Why do you have to rub it in my face that you know and I don't? I didn't learn that until it was too late, and then I completely shut up in class. Alexis, who has shuttled through 3 New York City high schools, elaborates. Intimidation is the key. Teenagers care about what other people think of them, and so they feel intimidated. They speak of their need to be known well, but to maintain boundaries and privacy. They crave respect from adults, feeling retaliatory rage when humiliated or ignored. Kids want to learn, in one Harlem student's words, and they hunger for the power to shape their own futures. They know their lives are in flux, and when things go wrong, they want someone to help without shaming them. As Alexis points out, teachers need to make allowance for the fact that we change from year to year, and even from week to week. Throughout their work on this book, students showed enormous appreciation for the teachers who helped them learn. Though they offer plenty of criticism and advice, they testify time after time to a teacher's power to change their minds and their lives. They respond with real attachment and respect when a teacher believes in them, offering support through difficulties. Maribel's favorite teacher at her large Providence high school is always willing to talk and can get you interested by asking questions. Alexis describes her math teacher. He won't let you give up. And they observe that sometimes a good teacher helps them learn just by treating them with warmth and understanding. She would find times outside of the classroom to ask me how I was doing, and to let me know that I could go to her if I needed anything at all, says Tiffany about a teacher who recognized the difficulty of being a Black student in a largely white school. Veronica, a 15-year-old from Oakland, says of her biology teacher, "He has changed our lives forever." As originally conceived, this book would have devoted a chapter to each of the key academic areas, offering students insights on how to teach them most effectively. But as the torrent of student voices mounted with each work session, we realized the mistake of that assumption. Our groups offered surprisingly little critique of curriculum and assessment. They focused more on the relationships that made learning possible. Might listening carefully to these students change high schools enough so kids would no longer set fires in the bathroom? We know instinctively that teachers, as with physicians and attorneys, perform best when they not only know their material well, but notice and respond sensitively to the people they serve. But faced with the ever-shifting needs and opinions of adolescents, a teacher might easily despair of ever hitting the delicate balance these student co-authors say they want: adult authority and guidance mixed with a healthy measure of flexibility. Without genuine dialogue, such an aim remains elusive. In organizing students' words into the following chapters, I tried to focus their diverse perspectives with the goal of fostering better communication. In the narrative voice, we indicate student consensus on their advice, and I revert to the third person when summarizing or interpreting their responses. Kids' observations, at times blunt and irreverent, appear here unedited, with an occasional translation for those of us not cool enough to understand. For the sake of authenticity, I chose not to exclude suggestions that seasoned teachers would agree are impractical. Above all, this book aims to foster a teacher's habit of paying close attention to what students say, whether they speak through words or actions. As Laura Liz, a quiet and careful 17-year-old from the Bronx, reminds us, "I've been looking for a teacher I can talk to, and I think I found that teacher. I don't really know how to approach him yet, but when I need to talk about something..."